Do you remember when I made those costumes for the Renaissance Fair?
No. It's like it was yesterday when I came up with this idea. Going from left to right and selfishly with my own costume first, I started off with the green one. Part of that was because I was being selfish and I wanted to, I don't know, see myself in a pretty costume first. But practically it's not selfish, especially if I make any mistakes, and that way the one for my friend can be a little more close to perfect. These, however, being made from bed sheets and estate sale lace, are far from perfect, but that's okay because that's part of the beauty of Renaissance Fair, Scarborough Fair type stuff. That's where we went, and it's fun, and it's stupid, and no one cares about accuracy. And I think there's a beautiful thing somewhere in there. There's got to be a metaphor somewhere. Anyways, I started on the green cape cloak thing for myself, and I'm drafting it out of newspapers here. I like using newspapers as opposed to butcher paper or paper bags, I guess. I don't know. As the observant ones may have noticed, I have changed outfits, and I actually don't know how many days this took me. It could have been like 3 days. It could have been like 18 months. Who knows? I really don't remember. This is all kind of a blur. But it doesn't matter because I got it done before the deadline, which is a very rare thing for me. As you can see, I'm seam ripping some nasty little seams that were in this old shirt. I don't remember what I made this shirt for. Probably just for my own dress-up time. This process seems very mathematical. I'm using a lot of rulers, and I did do some math for the circles, pi and such, but I don't really remember what all exactly I did. I didn't take notes, just took pictures like those. And like a good organized person that I'm not, I made my bed, and I decided to eat lunch, I guess. Here's some jazz. Wow, I even did some laundry. What a productive day. Dang, that was good. Forgot this video is about sewing, but I sewed it, and then I sewed it again, and then I sewed it again, and then I couldn't figure out where to put the trim because I didn't have a whole lot of it. I just had one roll, or maybe two, I don't know, but not enough to cover the whole perimeter. So I ended up just sticking it evenly somewhere. Completely forgot to film the process for the collar, but basically I had a 3-inch by 13-inch strip, and I folded it over in half, and I ironed. I didn't even measure. I just ironed a little bit down, and I sewed a little curve, and now I'm going to turn it inside out. So now I have these nice curved ends, and I am going to stick the raw edge of the neck into the collar, like that. I think I completely moved over for a second. My bad. I just had a memory that when I was a wee lass, my family was not very bougie, and we always had soap, like random soap, but it wasn't the Bath and Body Works type of soap, you know, the fancy stuff. One day, I think I got it, or somebody came home with Bath and Body Works soap as a gift, and I was so excited about it because I saw all these fancy good smells in the stores and at my friends' houses, and it was on the counter, fully, like, in all of its beautiful middle-class glory, and I had a guest come over. I was so stupid excited about this soap that I told them, oh my gosh, when you wash your hands you have to use the soap. It smells so good. Something like that. And they just looked at me like, do you not use soap every time? And I think about that quite often. It's something that keeps me up at night. That person thought I didn't wash my hands with soap. I didn't wash it with Bath and Body Works soap all the time, but that one time I did. Anyways. If you were wondering, the shirt has its own special story about how my mom knew that I loved noodle soup, but didn't know what this meant. Do not send... This had nothing to do with sewing, but someone asked me if I could make longer videos. So, somebody left one hot dog. That's something I would do, but I didn't. And it's not something anybody else in this house would do. But, oh well, I mean, I'm only gonna eat one hot dog. And so, she made and ate one singular hot dog, as well as some tater tots. Which aren't as good as French fries. Controversial, maybe, but I don't know. We didn't have any French fries, so tater tots will do. And some wise guy told me that it's good to have a range of color on the plate, so pickle relish and ketchup will do just that. Back to the trim! Honestly, it took forever. Or maybe it didn't, but looking back at this footage, it kind of looks like it took forever. Now might be a bit of a late time to say, but I already made the dress that goes underneath of this and the skirt that goes on top of the dress. So the cloak was really the only thing that I was pouring my heart and soul into, and not really that much. So, anyways, it's almost done. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is me looking at the clasps that I crocheted and not really being sure if I liked them. I never did end up making that hood. The other dress! Believe it or not, that's a boob laid out flat. Pinch that strip at the end and it's no longer flat. Two boobs. Flat for now, not for long. If you can't tell, this is where my phone started to run out of storage, so most of this is going to be pictures. This is the back that I didn't end up doing anything with, but there it is, and it looks fancy, sort of. Anyways, there it is, and there's lace there too that I also didn't do anything with. A little inside-out try-on here, just to see how little it would actually cover, if anything at all. But that's okay, because this is the Renaissance Fair, where anything goes. Press your seams, whispers the ghost from Christmas past. So I did. I listened, because I don't like being haunted. Somewhere in this time frame, I also cut out a skirt. Or maybe I didn't. I really don't remember. And there's no video evidence, or photo evidence, or any evidence. Maybe a skirt just appeared, but there it was, so I attached it to everything else. These sleeves, sorry. They were so hard to figure out, I sacrificed many Kroger ads, but eventually turned into this. Just realized I skipped the entire process. But the sleeves are on now. Okay, trying it on with the little chemise that I already had. And I think this is doable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This dainty dress craved lace, and then it was done. Accessories on and wallets full, they were ready for their adventure. What do you say?
Yeah.
No.
Do I say it in a mean tone? Do I say
you can say it however you want.
no?